Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Bearcat Den. We have been on a very long
Yeah, it's been a few
hiatus.
weeks since we've done
Yeah.
an episode. A lot has happened. The NBA playoffs started. We'll get into that. The
Yes.
MLB season is fully going.
Yep.
I think last time it was just starting. It
Yeah.
was like the
It
first
was like
game.
around opening
Yeah,
week, I
around.
think,
Yeah. Well,
or like
now,
very early on in season. Now
yeah.
we're like not even really mid season because mid season is considered like
Yeah, like the
summer.
summer. Yeah. But
Right.
this has been a pretty crazy start for the New York teams.
Okay. Let's talk. Let's start talking about it. So
Yeah.
the Mets finally broke our 12 game losing streak last night against the
Barely.
Twins.
Came down to the ninth inning.
Yeah. No, was it eighth?
Was it?
Like
Maybe, yeah. I
I
think
believe it was
it
eighth.
might have been it might have been the eighth inning where they took the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, bottom of the eighth
Yeah. It was the worst losing streak since 2002, and
for
now
the
the
Mets.
new
Yeah,
for the Mets, and now the Philadelphia Phillies are on an 8 game losing streak, now
Mhm.
making them have the worst record in baseball. Not us, surprisingly.
yeah.
We love that.
But I am surprised overall. I thought the Mets. I mean, it's so early that they still
Yeah.
could have a good regular season if they go on a winning streak now.
Yeah.
But I was expecting the Mets to compete and potentially win the NL East,
Well,
which now looks.
yeah, I took that like Juan Soto came back because Juan Soto was out for those 2 weeks when we lost our game. So I was like, oh, Juan Soto, our Lord and Savior, please help us. And he helped us. But now Francisco Lindor is placed on the injury list today for the same injury
Yeah,
Juan Soto was for. It's very early to think about October, but it's never too early to think about October.
yeah.
But I even said, like, I don't know how the season was going to go for the Mets.
Hmm.
Now, like, everything is just like, we know this is like a whole new rebuild of a team.
Yeah,
So a lot of people are complaining there's no chemistry with this team, and that like people are still saying that Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto hate each other, which I don't think so. I very much think it's just hopefully they continue this like now winning.
hmm,
Um, Surprisingly, it was Luke Weaver who was closing for us, and he says like he wasn't afraid,
yeah.
and we love that for him.
Hmm.
But Mets has definitely been overusing um, Weaver more than we use Diaz, which is kind of weird for me
Hmm.
because I'm used to seeing Diaz pitch on this kind of like schedule, like or like Diaz is coming to pitch when it's like as close as a game it is.
Yeah.
It's good to know that we have a closing pitcher that could fill up those shoes and help us.
Hmm.
Thank God. Like I remember when Luke Weaver let up like one run,
Hmm.
like not one run, like one like hit, like I was just like, oh, damn. You know what? This is giving me Edwin Diaz flashbacks because
Hmm.
Edwin Diaz will always have like 2 runners on base or bases loaded and then get the final out.
Yeah.
But overall, I think that the New York Mets need to pretty much get it together. We are to replace. We're playing the Twins today.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can also win this game so we could tie the series.
Hmm.
The New York Yankees
Yeah.
are currently have the best record in the American League with 15-9,
Yeah.
which is crazy because they had a 7 game losing streak.
Yeah, it was a really hot start to the year. Leafs started 8-1. We're looking really good, and then went in a huge slump. And then now they're back to how they were. So
Yeah.
it's big waves this year. But the one thing that's stayed consistent is Ben Rice has been the Yankees'
Ben Rice has
best hitter.
carried
Yeah.
you guys.
He is second in the MLB in OPS. He has a 1.2 OPS, 8 home runs, which is actually second on the team because throughout this season, even though Judge has not gotten his usual on base hitting
I don't
average
know.
numbers,
Notice that Judge isn't
his home run
striking
numbers,
numbers like
yeah.
he used to this early in the season, which
But
is very noticeable.
his
very fast.
home run numbers are the same they've always been. He's on track for like 60 home runs. So
Yeah.
and he's now starting to hit a lot better. I mean, his OPS is still great. It's just with Judge, we expect like crazy.
I've
We
been
expect him to do what Ben Rice is doing.
I've been watching like Yankees games, and I'm surprised I haven't seen Aaron Judge use the ABS system. Like we have,
Yeah,
like I know a
that
lot of
is-
players started, like at least on the Mets, we gave a lot of more players leniency of using
Yeah.
it. Like Mark Vientos could use it. Soto could use it. Robert Jr. could use it. Lindor, Bobuchet, obviously. But it's like I haven't seen Aaron Judge use it, and
Yeah.
I think I said it when we were talking about it. Like I thought out of every player, this would benefit Aaron Judge the most
Yeah.
because of the cost
Yeah.
and because of his height being what he's like 6'7",
Yeah.
like 6'7", 6'6".
6'7", yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm just like I was expecting him to use it more frequently.
Yeah, and you can see that there's times where he kind of almost does it and then kind of
Nah.
he doesn't.
Like he just takes it, and I'm like,
his at bats are to the Yankees so valuable that it's almost
he got the green light.
yeah.
He knows he has
the out of everyone on the team, it should be he is the one we need to save our challenges for.
Yeah.
And he seems like he's not, but I mean he's still hitting good. He started out a little slow, but
he's getting there.
best record in the AL, 2 games up in the AL East. And yeah, right now series against the Red Sox is coming to a close. The Yankees looking to sweep the Red Sox.
Yeah, you guys almost had a shutout until you guys let one yesterday.
Yeah.
I loved that the SNY announcers were the ones who told me that. Like I was like, wow, that's great.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was just a tough series against the Rays, and we got swept by the Rays. Then the Angels was a split, and then we swept the Royals, and now could potentially.
Well, we both New York teams got swept by the Athletics, which was crazy.
Yeah,
like crazy. Both New York teams got swept. By
did
the
Yankees got swept by the Athletics?
Yes.
No, I thought they won a game.
No.
They didn't. No, they did. They
did.
Yeah, they won the first game. I was
almost
like,
got swept by the Athletics.
I was like, I would have known if we got swept by the A's.
Almost swept by the Athletics. But so, I think this is a good year for New York rookies, like for both teams, because Carson Bench is doing great for the Mets. Rice is doing phenomenal. The New York Mets are calling people back up. Forgot to mention this. Tommy Pham, it's back on the New York Mets. He was part of this. Like I was explaining it to our editor earlier. Like we really do. Like, I really adored him when he was playing with us before, but then he left. He was with the Arizona Diamondbacks when they had that good-ass run where they made playoffs. He was with them. And then now he's with us again.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like it's like, I love that when players come back. So Tommy Pham has like a point to prove now. With Francisco Lindor out of the lineup, I feel like this could be make or break with the Mets, like, because we could see how effective we were with not having Juan Soto.
And he's going to be out for a few weeks, Lindor.
I think he's going to be out probably the same amount as Soto was, which is like, what, 2 to 3 weeks? So now that means Bobuchet is probably going to play shortstop. He's going to take that position because he did yesterday really quickly after. So I'm just...
Do you still think the Mets could do some real damage in October, even with this start?
With this start, I feel like if they keep the ball moving, yes. We have a long way, because I say yes if they continue like having the ball moving, because in the National League we have like the Braves.
The Braves are doing really well.
Are the head of
best record in the whole league
of the for us in the East,
and just the whole league. They have the best record.
So like we've had to be 1-2. Like maybe 2, we could get to 2, but with how we having our starts, like I think it's really hard. I think we could pass the Nationals if we continue winning.
Yeah.
I think we could pass the Nationals and be number 3, but I think it's going to be like a wild card situation like last year.
Yeah.
Where we have like last couple of games mean everything for us to be in playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the end if they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think if they keep the ball moving, we could obviously see that this pitching rotation could go deep. And this is probably like one of the good years we see this rotation go deep. Clay Holmes is still doing great. He had a great start yesterday. I also feel like position players are also a big thing. I feel like we're calling up a lot of people, moving down a lot of people, like back and forth. So I feel like it could be a situation where we could, if they finally find our sweet lineup.
Yeah.
Like, I think our lineup last night was good, but now obviously we have to replace Francisco Lindor. So I think Bet Beatty's probably going to fill in those F shoes. I also think it's because Polanco is still out, if I'm correct. So we don't really have a fully first baseman, because Mark Viento's been playing first and he's been doing good.
Yeah.
But not as good as, like, he has big shoes to fill which is the Pete Alonso shoes.
Yeah.
And Bianco kind of filled those a little,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I feel like it's for me. I think it's too early for us to be in October. I think right now, if we're talking about playoff potentials, we're completely out
Yeah.
unless we have that big turnaround season where we win like 20 game plus. Like we've done it before. Like as a New York Mets fan, is we either start the season really good and choke at the end of the season, or start the season really bad and go very far. And I think it's probably one of those years where it's the
Yeah.
like the 2014 Mets.
Yeah.
We
2015 World
2015?
Series.
Yeah.
Lost to the Royals. Yeah. Yeah. I think the Mets could turn it around. They just need to have a hot month.
I think the Yankees are already in that potential of
The
being
Yankees
in
just look
playoffs.
they look really good with
They
the
look
starting
really
rotation.
good.
Yeah.
They look really good, and I'm not surprised by that. I just I don't know what's their next series they're facing.
It's the Astros.
The Astros.
3-game series against the Astros, then the Rangers, and then back at home.
I
against
think the only
Orioles.
problem you guys have on the road is going to be the Rangers.
Mhm.
You guys finally got new alternative road jerseys. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you for guys.
Yeah.
It took. I don't know. I feel like the Yankees organization are like decades behind
Hmm.
the rest of the organizations.
Yeah.
Cause like for example, the Mets
just
have
very,
like
like,
how many
traditional.
jerseys?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys have the same 3?
Yeah.
Now 4? Question mark. So I'm like, good for ya.
Yeah.
But moving on, we're going into the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. You can tell when the Knicks are good, everyone's talking about it when it comes to playoffs times in New York, and the playoffs have started a little shaky for the Knicks.
Very shaky.
Yeah.
Was
looked-
it the Heat? No.
It looked really good in game 2. The Knicks were up 1-0. They took the first game. And game 2, it looked like it was just going to be,
Game
go
2
up
was a
2-0.
fight, though. I could
It
say
was,
it was a fight.
but
because it was so close where I expected the game not to be that close.
well, it just with that the Knicks had control of the game for pretty much the whole game. They were up, I think.
Yeah,
12,
they were up. I don't think there
12.
was a time.
They were
But
up
the
around.
Hawks put.
It was just the fourth quarter. It was the fourth quarter. The Knicks fell apart. Jalen Brunson couldn't really hit a shot, and C.J. McCollum on the Hawks was.
This is going back to what I said before. The New York Knicks do good when they play as a team, but when Burns starts trying to play as an individual, it starts messing up. I think that's what.
Yeah,
like that's I've been saying this since last year's playoffs.
Yeah, I think the thing is, after it happened, the game 2 loss, I wasn't actually that. I mean, I was upset in the moment because I was like, it's such a close game. We actually collapsed in the fourth quarter. Like the game was in the Knicks' hands.
It was by 1 too, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was by 1. But the Knicks had the game won the whole game until the very end. But I wasn't that upset because I just don't think the Knicks are going to lose to the Hawks. Like I don't think the Hawks are going to win this.
Well, they played
series.
today, right?
Yeah, they played today. Game 3 in Atlanta. I do think that it probably will be 2-2.
Yeah.
Coming back to New York for game 5. But I just don't.
Wait, is it how many rounds? How many series is it?
It's best of 7.
7, okay.
So it's first of 4. And so yeah, I think it is going to be.
I forget that. I was like, is it like best of 3?
Yeah,
No.
like in the MLB
Yeah,
where it's like the
round
earlier
sports, yeah.
rounds. No, all the rounds are best of 7. So I just don't. I wasn't even that upset because I just do think the Knicks are going to win the series. And then
But Cleveland is beating Toronto's butts.
yeah, Cleveland looks really good.
Which that for me that was like not a shock, but that was like kind of a shock.
Yeah, and today they could go up 3-0.
That's crazy. And then
But yeah, I do think the Cavs will win that. And then I think Boston versus Philly, the Knicks play the winner. If the Knicks beat the Hawks,
yeah.
they will play either Boston or Philadelphia.
Ooh,
And,
you guys got a long history of facing the Boston Celtics
Yeah,
in the
that
finals.
series I don't
And
know about that series. That's
that's a iffy series because you guys lost last year,
no last year
you won.
we
Yeah,
beat
you
the
beat
Celtics.
them. You beat the Celtics.
Yeah, we beat the Celtics last year.
but then didn't beat the Pacers. Yeah.
But
When,
I think if the Knicks can beat the Hawks, which I think they will, I think
I
they
think so,
probably
too.
will lose to Boston. But beat them last year.
Probably, I don't know. Like this Boston team is kind of like a shocker.
I mean, Boston did lose to the 76ers.
That's what
It's
yeah.
like,
so I think it's like if we
76ers
go
could-
against the Philadelphia, then
Yeah.
lose 100%. But I have faith if it's Boston.
I think the Knicks My prediction is that the Knicks they're probably my prediction is they're going to lose to the Celtics in round 2. But the Knick fan in me wants to say we're going to the finals. But I think the
every Knick fan ever.
Yeah,
especially when they have such a good playoff run.
I think the Thunder are going to win the whole thing though.
I think the 79ers are going to be up there, broski.
You like the 76ers?
The 76ers have been looking good.
Yeah, I mean, they have a hard road. They'd have to beat Boston, then beat probably the Knicks, and then
Hey. Nobody thought the Thunders were going to get into playoffs. Look, they're literally the reigning champs now. Nobody thought they were going to get that far.
I mean,
this sport is very unpredictable. They could have such a great regular season and choke in playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I also think the Lakers are going to choke.
You think?
I think the Lakers are going to choke.
They're up 2-0 right now.
They're up 2-0, but I think like whoever they face.
Oh, do you think they'll beat the Rockets though? Which is who they're playing now.
Yeah,
They're up 2-0.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they will. Beat
and then
the Rockets.
and then they're gonna have to play against the Thunder.
I think they will lose against Thunder.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I don't see that team being as unison as they were. And
I mean, Luka Doncic is injured.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like, we got injuries.
So their best players hurt. So you got to see when he comes back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, LeBron is pretty.
LeBron can only do so much.
Yeah.
And I hope this is the year after that LeBron retires.
I think he'll play next year.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he'll. I don't know where he will play, if it'll be in LA, but I think next year.
I think he's probably going to stay in LA though.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
Because of his son.
All right, should we move on to the NFL draft?
Yes, that's today.
Yes,
and starts today.
As a Jets fan, I don't know about you as a Giants fan.
Oh, okay.
But as a Jets fan, the NFL draft for my whole life
I'm mad.
has been my favorite. That is my favorite. I like it more than the Super Bowl. It's my favorite NFL day of the year.
Really?
I love it. For months, you look at all the mock drafts, you watch college football, see all these players, and then it's finally you get to see where they're going to go.
Yeah.
And see if your mock drafts are right. So the Giants recently, the past week, traded away their star defensive player, really, for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah.
To the Bengals for the 10th pick in tonight's draft. So now the Giants have the fifth pick, their own pick, and the 10th pick. And this is a big trade because Dexter Lawrence did have a down year. This past year was his worst year.
Yes, but
he only had half a sack, and it wasn't a great year for him. But historically, over his whole career, he's been amazing. Like top 3 defensive tackle in the league.
With Dexter Lawrence, even with his good years, he also had he's prone to getting flags for false starts. Tugging. He's prone to getting those flags. And I think this season proved it more. As we saw, he did get more, but he does.
Yeah, but personally,
great. I love him. I didn't want him to leave.
No, personally, from a neutral point of view, not a Giants fan or Bengals fan or whatever, initially I was very shocked the Bengals did this.
I was surprised Bengals gave up the 10th pick.
The 10th pick is a high pick for a defensive tackle going. That's not, he wasn't drafted 1 or 2 years ago. He's not old, but I think he's 28, 29.
I could think he is old.
No, I think he's 28, which is he's in the prime of his career. And I do think that whoever...
Yeah, he's 28.
Yeah, whoever the Bengals would have taken at 10 won't make as big of an impact for them next year as Dexter Lawrence will. But
that's also if he could perform on a whole different team.
Yeah, but
Dexter Lawrence has known the Giants for how long? How many years?
But now they have to sign him to a new contract, Dexter Lawrence. And the 10th pick is high. I saw something that was... It was some stat that was the last time a non-quarterback was traded for a top 10 pick, where it was
the team went to Super Bowl.
No. It was a team traded a top 10 pick that was already set that it was going to be a top 10 was Randy Moss.
Yeah.
Going to the Raiders. So that's the only other time a team.
Oh, the Raiders had one of those great years right after.
Yeah. That was the only time a non-quarterback has been traded for a top 10 pick. And so this is another one, which is the Bengals are really going for it. Trey Hendrickson, their best defensive player, left on the Ravens. And now it was a
Giants
need.
Got eyes.
It was a need for them, but the 10th pick is high for any non-quarterback, really.
Yeah, I think it's
So now the Giants have 5 and 10, so they could do a lot.
We could do a lot. And it starts what, today at 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. excited. This is the 3-day
Mm-hmm. And I
event
also,
that we love.
yeah, I also think the Giants. Well, I know
No,
the Giants have a they have a high second round pick,
Yes, we do.
like
We
the
have
34th or something. They have the 37th pick,
Yeah.
which is the fourth pick. Wait, the fifth pick. They have the fifth pick in the second round.
Yep.
So
I was about to be like, yeah.
So yeah, with the first two picks, I've been hearing they could maybe take
a
a running back and a wide receiver, and then maybe.
But then I don't understand what the running back and wide receiver position. Only because we're coming in. We're a year where we're finally getting Scatterboo back. I mean, getting Neighbors.
Yeah,
so I don't know how. Like, I think they're gonna put Neighbors on injury watch for a good.
No, yeah,
I
think they know that Neighbors. I think they're confident in Neighbors, and they think he can be.
And I'm confident in Scatterboo coming back.
I don't think that they're that confident in Scatterboo.
Yeah. It was an ankle injury.
It was a bad ankle injury, and it's not like Neighbors where Neighbors was. I'm pretty sure the fifth pick in the draft.
Yep.
He came in and was
bestie.
and he was instantly great. Yeah. Like it was like Scatterboo was good for what he was.
But he was
a fourth round pick.
He was in Ole Miss, no.
Who?
Scatterboo wasn't Ole Miss.
Scatterboo was Arizona State.
Yeah.
And he was a fourth round pick that they didn't invest a huge asset in him. And
but like,
while he impressed,
you remember quarterback and him.
Yes, I know that, but I don't think of Scatterboo as.
I don't think of him as a forever.
I don't think of him even as like. I think of him as a good change of pace back, where he comes in to get you maybe a couple yards when you need it. But if they could at number 5 take a guy like Jeremiah Love, who
we love Love,
who I think would change that offense and could be.
Take anybody from LSU. That's
yeah.
I mean LSU is obviously one of those teams that have one of the best organizations in college football and have produced greatly, and their players produce greatly in NFL.
That's where
Look at Neighbors.
Like Neighbors, yeah.
Neighbors. I literally have a number 8 jersey because that was his number in.
Let me see. Who's the top LSU?
Top LSU pick?
Player. Who are some of the LSU offensive players that are being taken this year? Let me see. Because I know there's a cornerback, Mansour Delane, went to LSU. That's going to go high. But in terms of offensive players.
Let me check. Let me hurry up. Boom, 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 boom. Let me see. Who is in here?
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
Not this year.
I don't think this year there's any high LSU offensive players going. But I mean, Jeremiah Love, I think, would be perfect for the Giants. I just don't know if I don't know if he's going to make it to 5.
I don't think so.
But if he does,
I think he's going to be hold back.
Yeah, but
Giants not even hold back. I think he's probably going to either get taken early, which I don't personally want, but I feel like I know he's going to be taken early. I feel like the Jets also have good picks this year. The
Jets have a lot of picks this year.
Yeah.
The Jets have 2, just inside the top 40. The Jets have 2, 16, 33, which is they have the first pick on. They have the first round. Yeah, first pick tomorrow. And
then they have 44.
Yeah, and then they have 44, which is from Dallas for the Quinnen Williams trade.
Yep.
So just inside the top 45, they have 4 picks.
Yep.
And it's interesting because.
But I also feel like with the Giants having number 2 pick, I feel like they have to go for a quarterback. Number 2. The Jets. Yes.
There's no quarterback to take at 2 is the problem.
That's the problem. You're either gonna risk giving somebody.
It's not a strong quarterback draft. There's not a lot of. There's not a.
It's a running. It's like a defensive line.
Yeah, there's a lot of good edge rushers, a lot of good
linemen.
Yeah, a lot of good linemen. Right, but overall, I think the Jets are gonna wait. I think this year will be Geno Smith. I think part of the Jets knows this is another rebuilding year, gonna be bad. Just need to. I think next year.
Jets fans get ready for torture.
Next year they have 3 first rounders. That's when the quarterback will be taken. This year I think at 2 they're gonna take an edge rusher, a defensive player, and then at 16 there's a lot of directions they can go. They could go cornerback. They could go wide receiver. They could go interior offensive line. They can go They can go a lot of places, and it'll be interesting to see. I'm very the Jets and Giants, not just because we're from New York and you're a Giants fan, I'm a Jets fan. I think the Giants and the Jets are two of the most interesting teams to see who they draft.
Because of how our years went.
Yeah, and the Giants more so.
Yeah,
I think really could be competitive next year.
I think Giants are set up to a point where we could be good and finally get back to a playoff potential that we don't have Daniel Jones as our quarterback.
Yeah.
And I do think it could be a good year, especially for Jackson Dart because he did such a great job.
That's why I think
I have hope for this team.
Yeah.
But I don't have as much hope as I think every other Giant fan does. I really think that they're gonna do great.
Yeah.
Love that for them. But I feel like it's gonna be a situation where we're losing games that we shouldn't be losing based off field goals or touchdowns or fumbles.
The big thing with this draft is if I was a Giants fan, I would want, with the 5th pick and the 10th pick, to pick players that are going to directly support Jackson Dart. Because when you have a rookie quarterback, or not a rookie,
this is second year.
Yeah, when you have a young quarterback,
you need to build around him.
I just think you should just do as much as you can. Especially,
have you saw Odell Beckham Jr.?
Yeah,
practicing with us?
Oh, really?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think that would be like.
I'm confused.
I think that if the Giants could,
he wants to come back.
No, I think if the Giants take Jeremiah Love at 5 and one of the receivers at 10,
you think that they're not going to take Odell?
Well, I mean, I don't think any.
Well, he's practicing with them.
Yeah, but
I don't know. For me, I always think if you're practicing with other teams, you're exploring the option.
Yeah, he is, but I don't think even if he joined, I don't think it would make a big difference.
I don't think so either. But for me, I was like, what you're doing here?
Yeah.
Type of situation. Because I understand players, like I said, use practices to get to know the teams, to see if this is a team they are willing to go to, especially with trades and all that. So I understand that. But with this Giants team, he is not as needed. He is really not needed.
Yeah, no. I think the Giants are going to take.
I think we're going to do a young build, and we're going to be a young build for a while.
Yeah,
because younger with us is great. We have seen it last year. The Giants got me happy last year, for God's sake, with the disappointments. But they got me happy because with the younger team, there's so much more possibility, especially with these stars being so much more younger. And now, for example, we lost Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence, 28, hitting his prime years. Yeah. Gonna miss him. Yeah, but I'm excited where we can move to.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Yeah. Should I give my hot take?
Well, we got a quick mention about Formula One changing the rules. Oh, I am a fortune teller.
Yes.
Wait, I am a fortune teller.
When did this come out?
It came out this week.
It did? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're changing qualifying, they're changing race, and they're changing race starts. And they kind of change wet conditions. But just I am a fortune teller.
Yeah.
Because
you did talk about this.
I talked about this, and I'm for them to continue with what the people everybody's complaining about what's currently going on with the rules in Formula One and how everybody's we had near crashes, we have people stopping, we have not a good couple of races that we should have with the sport that's been around this long. And it's just oh my God. So for example, for qualifying, they are limiting the amount of energy that can be harvested per qualifying lap. So it's that will slightly reduce the unnatural driving practices and help the drivers which is one of the main complaints from every single driver so far. One of them obviously being the voice, Max Verstappen and Russell.
Yeah.
Complaining that these cars feel unhuman, unnatural, unhuman-like. So that's one thing that's changing. We're also have their which is the power increase, which is to 350 kWs, which is I'm not doing the math for that. Which was previous 250. So technically saying when you charge your phone on a fast cable, it's gonna increase the energy that can be recovered through super clippings. So helping battery life, which is what needs to happen. For races, they're the boost that allowed drivers to have access to the full like 350 kWs, there are now like with the push of a button, and a lot of people are like, we don't like this, we don't like that. So now there's an additional boost on top of it. So for example, for what happened because of what happened to Oliver Bearman in accident in Japan, where
Mhm.
he almost crashed first start because
Yeah.
of his button.
Yeah.
So they're fixing that. They're also fixing race starts, which this is also something I really needed them to fix. So under the regulations, this is going to be according to the Formula One website, because this is a big one.
Yeah.
This is like the most important one. Under the regulations, the MGUK is not allowed to deploy any electrical powers at the start until the car is over 50 kilometers. That rule exists to stop teams from engineering an element of launch control into the starting process, but will now be overridden in the car's petrol power start. It is so bad that the electrical energy is needed to assist a getaway. So technically, we're stupiding this down. So technically, they're saying, with the energy stuff within the cars, they're planning to like, I guess, have more fuel. That's
Yeah.
why I took it as, because there's no way you're trying to make this car less. Like they're trying to make the car light.
Mm-hmm.
No Formula One car should be as light as they were starting the season. May I add you, Formula One's not coming back until May
May.
because of the war. They canceled 2 major races, but they're not gonna replace them. We're just gonna have 2 less races this year, which is fine. The sport goes all the way up to damn December,
Yeah.
so this is fine. So like wet conditions are changing
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So like, what do you think? Like, I think it's about time that
yeah.
they using this time for what needs to be changed.
Yeah. And I'm just shocked that you knew all this was going to happen.
Because I said early on that I would consider this like my 3rd, maybe 4th year watching Formula One. Maybe no, maybe 3rd. Yeah, this is my 3rd year watching Formula One. So once you watched it for a while, you kind of figure out what works and what doesn't work. And getting rid of DRS, I'm still to this day going to complain about getting rid of the DRS.
Mm-hmm.
But now they have a different thing for it. But hold up. So I've just like caught like a lot of things that they're mentioning and like early like
Yeah.
pre-seasons, and they were already announcing this like during races towards the end of last year, that the changes, and then we saw what happened on race 1.
Yeah.
And then they left it for what, 2 more races, and then I feel like they knew they had to change it because they were making lots of drivers mad.
Yeah.
Lots of drivers are complaining about it, and this happens even going outside of Max Verstappen. Like, yes, Max Verstappen is the big blabbermouth of all, but you know it's a problem when it's out, like, not, it's Max Verstappen and others.
Yeah.
Like, McLaren boys were complaining about it. We had some little mentions between Mercedes. We had the 2 new teams talking about it. We had too many people talking and too many crashes.
Yeah.
Where like we had too many DNF in the season.
Something was gonna happen.
Yeah, something was gonna happen. The FIA was gonna have to change something if they want the season to progress properly.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are right now with Formula One drivers are currently now in the new changes that their engineers are doing. I know the McLaren boys are currently on track. Like they're currently like practicing or something.
Yeah.
Red Bull too.
I'm excited to see how the changes are, how it affects.
Oh my God, have you saw? I'm gonna mention this real quick. Max Verstappen's radio guy, he's leaving.
Oh really?
He's going to McLaren in 2028.
Oh wow, I didn't even.
In 2028, yeah.
I didn't see that.
Labiz is leaving Red Bull and joining McLaren as chief racing officer in 2028 upon expiration of his contract.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is people wondering, is this a Max Verstappen retirement? Because Max Verstappen
and
his chief racing officer are like besties. Like I always say they're an old married couple. Love their, like, when you get to hear their stuff, love it. But it was always said like Max Verstappen will go wherever he goes, and if he retires, Max Verstappen retires. Is this like throwing up like possibility?
Yeah, maybe
Max going to McLaren.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, because I don't think anybody on McLaren is going to give space to Max. But we do have Toto on the damn Mercedes, who
Yeah.
been in talks with Max for a whole season now, like last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to know what you think. Do you think there's gonna be a
No, no.
Verstappen
I definitely
retirement?
don't think he would join McLaren.
No, I don't think he will either.
No,
But do you think like
but I
he will
think
leave Red Bull because he's leaving?
no, I don't think so. I think it's definitely interesting, and I think there's potential for that, but I don't think.
I feel like he will leave to Mercedes. If he's leaving Red Bull, I think it's to Mercedes.
Yeah,
And I think it's gonna be George Russell is gonna go to Red Bull. Max is gonna
that
go.
would be big.
Max is gonna go into Mercedes,
That would
because
be
of
big.
Kimi Antonelli.
That would be
Because they're
big.
already like this. They're like besties.
Yeah,
Like they're reposting each other's stuff.
Yeah.
But wait till we get more information on that.
yeah. We'll see.
What is your hot take?
My hot take, since it is the NFL draft, I will give a hot take on the NFL draft. My hot take on the NFL draft
What's your hot take?
is I think that the people will come out of this draft thinking the Giants got the two best players.
I don't think that's a hot take.
You don't think it's a hot take?
No.
That the Giants are going to come out of this draft with the two best players in the draft?
I don't think that's a hot take.
Really?
I don't think so because where our numbers are at. We're 5-10.
Yeah, I know, but I think that
Maybe that's just me. I don't think it's a
I
hot
think
take
the
'cause I'm a
Giants will
fan.
take I think the Giants will come out of the draft and people will think they are the biggest winners of the draft. Like the Giants really improved their team
You think
more
the
than
Giants
any
are
other
gonna
team.
Who's number one this year?
The Raiders.
The Raiders? You
Yeah.
think you don't think the Raiders are going to do good with their picks?
Well, I mean, we know their first pick's going to be Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
And then
That's like a given.
I just think the Giants.
and if it's not,
well, no,
prepare to
it
hear
will
my
be.
mouth next week.
No, it will be, but yeah, I think the Giants are going to get the two best players in the class. I think they're going to take Jeremiah Love. I think they're going to get him at 5, and then I think at 10 they're going to take probably the safety out of Ohio State, Caleb Downs, who I think is really good.
He is really good.
So that's my hot take.
Wow.
Giants are going to.
I'm not arguing because I'm a Giants fan, but I don't know. I think the Giants are probably going to walk away with a good amount of key players in this draft, but I wouldn't think we win the draft. If like
Interesting.
necessarily win. Because I think let me look at this lineup really good. Because I think the Jets could have they're in a great position to do so well and grab everybody with having
2,
16,
33,
and
and 44.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Wow.
I'm so excited for the draft. My
It starts tonight.
favorite
at
NFL day of the
8.
year.
I don't know. I think practice is like preseason is my favorite time of year. Because I get to see how the team actually
But I feel like
works
most
together.
people, their favorite is like the Super Bowl or the first game. But like
No.
I just love the draft so much.
I like the games before the season. I love preseason.
Preseason.
I love preseason. Because preseason is the time you get to see like
Yeah, how would your team?
how's your team's actually see your September season is gonna look like.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. Make sure to follow us on Baruch Bearcat Dan on Instagram because we have a new segment that's being posted over there. And make sure you also follow us on YouTube with the same handle. Bye.